Assalamu alaikum, how's it going? So, Bandai Namco Bamco has held a special live stream on December 16th to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Tales of series and to start talking a little bit about the what's happening for the anniversary. And they most notably revealed the guest seiyuu at the Tales of Festival 2025, and Tales of Festival 2025 was announced at the end of this year's Tales of Festival, but they already announced the dates, but they didn't say the guest yet, so they finally announced the guest seiyuu, and it's the same people as usual with a little bit of rotation. So one thing regarding Tales of Festival is it's a event that's the most popular with female fans in Japan. So that's why I'm very happy it's continuing, even if the Tales of series is kind of declining. They're still continuing to do these events because it's a very big thing for female Japanese Tales of fans, and that's why the male seiyuu, they're always there. They're regulars. You have Zero seiyuu, Katsuyaki Konishi, Lloyd seiyuu, and Luke seiyuu. These three, they are pretty much every year there, together with Toriumi, Yuri seiyuu, and then you have some kind of rotations. So this year you'll have some more different faces, and they didn't. Funnily, there's no one from the Arise cast this year, but that it doesn't really mean anything anyway. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Obviously, sadly, I'm not in Japan, so I'm not going there myself, but I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy for female fans of the series. So they announced this, and they also on the live stream they also talked a little bit about the future of the remasters project, because back when Tales of Symphonia remasters were announced, they also say that they're doing a remastered project with some multiple games, and Tales of Gracie's F is the second game, right? So producer Tomizawa Yusuke talked about it on the stream, so I'll let you listen, and then I'll translate what he said.
グレイセス F、発売間もなくですので、まずは皆さんそちらを楽しみにしていただければと思っております。はい。そんな感じでリマスターはね、まさにシンフォニアも、一昨年、はいね、先行して発売させていただいておりますし、ベスペリアも出ていたりというところです。ここからまた本格的にね、はい、様々な作品やっていきたいと思っております。
So yeah, so he's saying Tales of Symphonia Remastered was released, Vesperia Remastered was released, and now they're releasing Gracie's F, so they will keep releasing remasters.
コメントでもね、いろんな作品をまたリマスターしてほしいという声はもうずっと番組の前から、はい、聞けておりますが、すみません、まだこれからグレイセス F 出すんで今日次もう言いますとかっていうことはさすがにまだね発売まで
そりゃそうでしょ。
ですけれども、でもすでに
一個ね。
And next he said that he's watching the comments and he's watching what the fans say, so he knows obviously that the fans want some remasters for Abyss, for Eternia, etc. He didn't cite a specific title, but he says I'm watching what the fans want, and obviously and we wanna do more, and we're going to do more. But for now we're waiting for Tales of Gracie's F remaster to release. So I can't tell you yet what's the next remaster, because we'll have to wait for Tales of Gracie's F to release first. That's what he said for now, and then he continues.
はい、お話している通り、割とコンスタントに提供していこうと思いますので、ちょっとまだね
30周年やからね。
そうなんです。
それは言ってしまいましたね。2年間あるからね。
でもちろんそこで終わりじゃないですよ。リマスタープロジェクトって、そこからもうできる限りやっていくつもりではいて、開発チームもそれ用にやっぱりちゃんとラインを改めて整備して。本気で我々もリマスター取り組んでおりますので、ぜひ今後の情報にもご期待ください。まずはグレイセス F 一緒に楽しみましょう。はい。
So yeah, so he said they will try to release constantly more remasters. So it's not like the remastered project is ending now, and the development team is doing its best to continue working. But for now, he can't say anything more. So this is pretty interesting because I talked about it on Blue Sky, and this is the fifth time that that Tomizawa Yusuke says more Tales of Remasters are coming. And I said on Blue Sky, I think in my time as an underpaid games journalist from 2018 to 2021, and then as an SEO drone from 2021 to 2022, I translated at least 4 interviews or live streams with Tomizawa producer saying, "We're making more Tales of Remaster soon, don't worry." So like I've been hearing this for like 6 years now. It's kind of sad when you think about it that in these 6 years, the only things we've got is the Tales of Vesperia remaster, the Tales of Symphonia remaster, which is the worst version the game ever had on the Switch. Like the game was completely bugged at release, and like I'm not even sure if they completely fixed it yet or not. Like because like you had so many graphical bugs and so many weird things in the Switch version, especially like it's the worst version the Symphonia ever had, and then now we're getting Grace's F. So my personal theory, my guess is the remastered project will definitely include like Xillia 1 and Xillia 2, and then maybe they will remaster Tales of the Abyss, but in my opinion that's it. Like there's no way they're going to go behind Symphonia and actually do some remasters for like Fantasia or Eternia or Legendia or Destiny 1, etc. And sadly, like there's still no official releases for like Destiny Director's Cut on PS2, for Destiny 2, and for like Tales of Rebirth. But sadly, like it's very unlikely in my opinion that they will actually localize these games now. And yeah, it's pretty sad because if you personally, it's not that like I care that much about the remasters, because the one reason I want them is because I want to play these games with other people. Because for me, Tales of series, one of the biggest appeals is the multiplayer. So I want to play with other people, and obviously, like it's not like everyone in my family speaks can understand Japanese. So sadly, I wouldn't be able to play with them if the game aren't at the very least in English. So that's why I really want, like, for example, Eternia to be released in English, like, because one other thing too is the Tales of series is one of the few JRPG series with so many black characters, and like you have some in Eternia, so that's one of the reasons why I want remasters with these games to show them to the kids in my family. And so yeah, personally, like I think they will release like the next. I say the next entry in the Tales of Arise series. I think they will release the next game like in 2026, and until then they will release more remasters. But sadly, I think it's very unlikely that we will see like Destiny 2 or Rebirth, etc. And so yeah, so I was saying, like, it's kind of sad. Like if you think about it, like Square Enix, they also have a lot of shortcomings, and like I always say, as companies, they aren't your friends and they take some very stupid decisions most of the time. But like if you gotta think about Square Enix and how they actually released Romancing Saga 2 for the first time ever in English, the third game as well for the first time in English, second Densetsu 3 as well for the first time in English, and they named it Trials of Mana, like Live Alive as well for the first time in English. And on top of that, they actually did remakes on some of these games. So it's kind of sad that Square Enix, they managed to do this in like 5 or 6 years, and like Bandai Namco, they only did three remasters for the Tales series, and which one remaster, one of them is completely bugged. So it's pretty sad to think about that. And so yeah, like personally, I don't think they will do remasters for like actually translate the games and do remasters for them, sadly. And like we don't know, like in the far future, inshallah, maybe they will make some kind of remake for Fantasia or something. Like we don't know, but it's very possible, like maybe in 5 or 10 years. But I'm talking like in the following years, like it's very unlikely sadly they will do remasters for like Rebirth or like Eternia, etc. And so yeah, and the last thing I want to talk about is how I'm saying the next game is going to be the second entry in the Tales of Arise series. So yeah, so Tales of Arise is not like it's a bad game. It has a lot of good points, but sadly if you compare it to the past games in the Tales series, like there's a lot of weird things, and sadly it is something that started since Xillia, right? Xillia 1, for example, it had no side quest, like no side content, which was a very disappointing thing if you're accustomed to how Tales of games usually are in terms of side content, etc. So yeah, so For example, in Tales of Arise, one of the things that shocked me the most is how the skits in Tales of Arise are so bad in terms of timing and in terms of like rhythm. Like if you compare it to the past games, like the skits in the past games, they are so fast and they're so funny and they happen so fast because you see all the characters and their portraits. And the problem with the skits in Tales of Arise is how they switch to 3D models, so we only see one character, so it slows down the discussion, so it's really really bad in my opinion. And so yeah, so sadly, like I'm not particularly excited for the future of the series, but I'm happy the series is still existing in a way. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is how it's also the 20th anniversary of Tales of Rebirth. And I remember I have a lot of fond memories for Tales of Rebirth because I actually never played the game myself, but it's like the first game I watched a Let's Play of in a way, because 20 years ago there was a site called Korean site called ReadyWeb, and ReadyWeb they would publish tons and tons and tons of gameplay, like hours and hours and hours of gameplay. And with my siblings, we used to download parts by part and watch this. And we watched a lot of Tales of Rebirth, and we were so excited, and we were like, wow, this is gonna be so amazing when this game releases in here in English or in French. And like 20 years later, there's still no there's still no official release of Tales of Rebirth, sadly. So yeah, like we'll see how the Tales of series goes, and I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.